Angela Barnes. I work with Agro Limited. I'm actually the general manager of the company. Agro is an agricultural company that operates along the entire value chain. So that is from farming all the way to last mile distribution. As a company, we value we value advancing human lives, empowering women and the youth in agriculture, and also feeding the future. So every activity that we engage in as a company is in an effort to drive these values that we have. I will focus on one of the major opportunities that is afforded to us as a company by the AFCFTA, and that is the expanded markets. It opens, or it gives us access to markets across the sub-region, markets that previously would not be accessible to us. However, and that is great, don't get me wrong, but let me stick to the opportunity. So expanded markets, which gives us an opportunity to collaborate with other producers, other maybe in more industrialized countries, places where we could leverage on their industrialized systems. So if they have milling centers, if they have processing plants, maybe with better electricity, as in Ghana here we suffer the light on, light off. So if there's a country that has a more stable electricity supply, then we can send off our products there, they do the processing for us, and then maybe we come back and do the bagging and packaging and then the selling. There are, however, some threats to that, which is increased competition, because now you're competing against maybe more dominant markets. So, you maybe have to compete on price, branding, making yourself regionally recognized. There's also the other threat of, how having the capacity to feed the local market as well as the expanded markets, because currently in our country, all rice producers put together do not produce even a quarter of the amount of rice consumed in the country. And so you wonder how are we going to increase our capacity to meet the local demand and then to expand. But these private-public dialogues and workshops afford us the opportunity to hear from others. First, to hear from the government or the public sector on the policies and the infrastructure that they're putting in place to help facilitate such increase in capacities, and to help the private sector improve and increase their production. And so these workshops are amazing. And the only thing is, like I said, when I entered the room, I felt like I was one of the youngest, if not the youngest in the room. We need to include a lot more of the youth, and we need to allow them to have a voice to speak, because then we could probably be innovating more in terms of technology, leveraging more on technology to help the AFCFTA realize its dreams. Thank you.